Good morning. We are from Data Networking Management Program. We are going to introduce our project called Netzwerk, Sicherheit, which members are Javier Quijano, Daniel Pineda, David Leal, and I, Julio Bracal. We decided to choose the topic of information technology security due to the organization manage confidential and important information, with if the necessary measures will be taken, like implementing security policies, training and making aware the users about the information handling. Among others, this information would be exposed to unauthorized access. Information technology security includes software, databases, and other company assets as hardware and services. Organizations like Sony, eBay, Amazon, Apple, among others, have invested many economical and technical resources. They have dedicated more time trying to protect against issues their data integrity in order to avoid being victims or information technology attacks.
When the integrity, confidentiality, reliability, and availability of data of an organization are compromised, the business continuity is affected and it could cause serious consequences which will affect the clients and vendors. The vulnerability analysis checks the security mechanisms implemented in the organization through simulated attacks using different techniques and tools. With this analysis, it's expected to identify potential threats and vulnerabilities in the system's configuration policies in order to develop advisable practices to correct and introduce contingency plans. Vulnerability is a weakness in a system allowing a hacker breaking the confidentiality, integrity, availability, access control, and stability of the system in its data and applications. Vulnerability is known as security hole, and it's the result of design failures in the system or software configurations. Considering what we mentioned before, the objective of our project is to identify and analyze the internal and external vulnerabilities to information technology security of the Urban Development Institute with penetration test and analysis software tools.
At a social level, we can establish the employees' parameters about physical and logical levels in information technology security that allow them to ensure the availability, integrity, and confidentiality of the information. At an economical level, we can reduce the cost by looking into the possible failures in the security policies of the company, preventing the network users to use the company assets in an appropriate way. At an environmental level, we haven't found any impact up to now. At a technological level, we can increase of the physical and logical information technology security. At the same time, we contribute with the advance of the technology.
The implementation of the prototype was made by doing the respective interviews for data collection. We visit the Urban Development Institute, also called IDU, more exactly the Technical Subdirection of Technological Resources, in order to make some interviews to different employees. We found out some issues with the employees' cooperation of this area. We used was the ISO 27000 norm, which composes of 11 domains, 39 control objectives, and 133 regulations. The uses of the ISO 27000 takes into account the need of protecting the valuable information and make it secure, authentic, available, and private. This norm tells us how to deal with the information and is a recompilation of the best rules to save the information of unknown people. We did a simulation of an internal network composed of two workgroups or areas, and servers like DNS server, a mail server, a web server, and an FTP server. Keeping in mind this scenario, we make the diagnosis of the internal network vulnerabilities, applying the ethical hacking method known as white box in order to recognize the topology, the IP directions of the network to analyze, the UDP and TCP protocols running, routing tables, location of the routers and switches, usernames, and operating system in use. For the diagnosis of the external network vulnerabilities, also used the ethical hacking method known as black box, using the analysis software tools.
The budget of the project is composed by project administration and management, 4 million pesos, architecture analysis of the network and connectivity courses, 1 million pesos, vulnerabilities analysis and research, 7 million pesos, construction of risk matrix according to the defined architecture, 1 million pesos, second analysis of vulnerabilities, 6 million pesos, advisory for correcting the vulnerabilities, 1 million pesos, laptops for the penetration testing, 3 million pesos, for a total cost of 23 million pesos.